By the way, the market is where the money is. The money is not in your factory. Produce the best products,
If you
the
can
best
sell it.
footwears, the best clothes. If it doesn't get to the market, you don't have the money. Write the best books, be the guru in the world. It doesn't get to the market, nobody cares you exist. Be able to make better hamburgers than McDonald's. It doesn't get to the market.
Does
Nobody
McDonald's
knows
make
that you
burgers
even
these
exist
days?
or that what you've done is better than. It's only your mother that's tasted as oh boy, this
You will
is
become great.
better than. It doesn't get to the market. Nothing. Now, so apparently we have some level of this, but in various degrees, right? Yes. How about this?
Yes, we have a lot of them. But now they have
maybe we should redefine what I mean by this, because a lot of they are talking about the statistics is a lot of SMEs and self-employed people. Yeah. A lot of SMEs and self-employed people. Okay. That we have a lot of that.
When you can define entrepreneur, you need to know where they fit.
So let me tell you who an entrepreneur is in the definition here. I've been here for yourself. I'll tell you the definition. Anyone that can optimize resources, take advantage of available resources to create value, to create opportunities, to create wealth. In summary, create prosperity. That's the entrepreneur. Anybody who can
advantage
do that.
of little resources.
Opportunistic.
Anybody that can take advantage of whatever is available.
That is the main part.
This, what is available here? What's available here? What's available here? What's available here? Anybody that can take advantage of what's available. That's why we call this guy the organizer of the other factors. Now, question. This is the guy that employs this to make sense of it and make money with it. This is the guy that employs this to make sense of it and create prosperity with it. This is the guy that employs this, so you can go to the bank and ask for this. Bank doesn't give him blah 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 or investor or whatever. It's the guy that employs this and makes sense of it. This is the guy that employs this and creates a new product, iPhone, blah blah. That's why Apple can buy Siri from a research lab, right, in Stanford. This is the guy that employs this. Now, if these are not effectively employed, it tells us that this guy
He's lucky. He's lucky.
If the factors of production are not employed for us to produce so we can increase this, it means this guy.
But we have plenty of entrepreneurs in Nigeria dying.
Aspiring.
I don't mean self-employed. Somebody can and it's also about the scale of vision. For instance, like I'll ask, what's the difference between a kiosk and a ShopRite? They are doing the same thing. One has a vision.
Everybody doesn't.
And the funny part is, like, when ShopRite was starting, there were a lot of shops like that. Obviously, what South African guy spoke of it, his grandfather had 2 stores on that street, opposite where ShopRite started. 10 years later, all these businesses failed. ShopRite is what.
So this guy is lacking. And he's lacking, of course, there are many factors that define why he's lacking.
Not dreaming enough.
Many factors.
He doesn't want to
survive. Part of it, you know, like some of my friends will say, like, if you want to excel in Nigeria, you need to be able to die severally and wake up again.
Yeah, he dies severally and wake up again.
Of course, you can always, sail through. Because the question we want to ask yourself is this: why is it that, despite all the things that the press, CNN will do, say Nigeria is an insecure country, blah blah blah, and all that, foreign investors still come here to put money. They still come here. Why the Indians? Why they not go? Why the Spanish not go? Why the Americans not go? Why they still coming? They are telling them it's insecure, they are still coming. Why?
There's no one tapped value.
Because technically, what entrepreneurs do is to employ this to solve problems
Can we record this?
and to pay
You're recording this.
for it. Do you understand? That's what entrepreneurs do. What entrepreneurs do is, entrepreneurs solve problems. But they can't do it alone. So what they do is, they employ this to solve problems. You are doing something, for instance, now. You need land. You call them interns, but they're people. You need some form of knowledge. Maybe you Google on the internet and get knowledge, right? You need some form of capital in some way. So you can create value. right? And the more we increase this guy's capacity, the more we can do that. So, for this to be able to, for us to be able to increase this, we need to increase production. For us to increase production, we have to engage factors of production. And who engages the factors of production?
And then
Now, so, what do we need to create these guys? Because, like you rightly mentioned, we have lots of them, but there's a problem.
we need teachers. So it's a mindset after all.
Entrepreneurship is actually a mindset. It's a
It's
way of
not,
thinking.
it's not a
It's not a theory.
position or
It's not a position. It's a mindset. It's a way of thinking. It's a thinking that helps you see problem as an opportunity, while the average mind will complain about it. It's a way of thinking. That's an entrepreneur. That's why there are people who are self-employed but they're not entrepreneurs. They are technicians.
Huh? Oh, I wish people. I wish some people were here. Oh God.
Self-employed, but not. That's why some people are self-employed, but not.
They're
Entrepreneurs.
not entrepreneurs. They're just technicians.
I wish my team people
Do you understand?
were here.
So say for instance,
For those people, they're just annoying my spirits right now.
I've mentioned it severally. Everything you learn in school, that you learn a course, anything, is this.
Technical school.
This. You spend 5 years for this. School was never designed to give you this and this. Engineering, economics, sciences, everything. Coding, development, cybersecurity, everything goes in as technical. What is it that employers in Nigeria complain the most that Nigerian graduates lack? Life skills. The ability to communicate, the ability to relate to people, the ability to negotiate, the ability to represent, the ability to take initiatives and not be waiting for
Directions.
I don't know what to do because you've not told me what to do. I will have to tell you what to do. Those are life skills. School doesn't teach you that. Thank God Covenant is teaching TMC. So TMC, you know, addresses a bit of that. This one,
Yeah, on your own.
unfortunately, it can't be taught in a classroom. What we try to do in Covenant University is we try to inspire it. Although we're trying to teach it for years. It was when I became director of EDS that I cancelled it because I know you can't teach it. You can only inspire it. So I can inspire you. So when I inspire you, this is how it works. What makes an entrepreneur? How does he end up? How do I can tell you from what I've done over the years, how can I make an entrepreneur? This is how I make an entrepreneur. First of all, I use entrepreneurship education to inspire it. To inspire the intention.
Ogbeni, remove your head.
So I use entrepreneurship education to inspire the intention. So when I finish teaching you, you start developing the intention for entrepreneurship. I start using some case studies and I tell you about Steve Jobs. And I tell you what Steve Jobs has done. I tell you about how he takes problems and makes profits from it. Then when the intention is, after inspiring the intention, the next thing you want to do is you start developing the mindset gradually. That's the entrepreneurship mindset. Because that helps you to see things differently. It's about how we view things. Like you can see the same thing. As I'm standing here, for instance, now, it's still the same me. But what you're saying of me is different from what he's saying of me. It's still the same me. The viewpoints are different. The same way, what everybody is calling problem, the entrepreneur is looking at from another angle. He's seeing opportunity. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
If a man's car has a problem and the car is coughing, the car is coughing, that is a problem for somebody. But man, that's an opportunity for a mechanic. I'm trying to explain it at a small
Have
level.
money.
Do you understand?
15 hours.
Where families are crying, oh, somebody has that. Oh, Ebony is this.
Ebony.
You know Ebony now. This that organized burial.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, if you see how they bury people, you will like burial. You did my grandmother's this thing. See the car that they use, the caskets. Even the pallbearers, the way they'll carry the coffin, you know. You will like burial.
But then I want to say something. Okay, there's this popular saying that says we are all products of influence.
Yeah.
So can we say
Something influences us somehow, good or bad.
can we say putting a person, let's say I'll put, okay now, bring it to spiritual kind of, if you carry a Christian, church going Christian, and you put him in the midst of sinful people, come back after 1 year, that same church going Christian would have turned into a sinful person,
Very
or he would have converted every other person into
Very
Christians.
possible.
You get?
Very
So
possible.
we are product of the environments we are in. So can we say putting these people in entrepreneurial environments can inspire, can build the mindset for
Absolutely.
that?
That's what
Yes,
explains
cultural.
what happens in
Imagine you
Silicon
living
Valley.
in Silicon Valley, exactly.
That's what happens in Silicon
Like,
Valley. So it has become a culture. It has become. People are not. A number of persons are not sending their children to Harvard because they have money. Some people are not sending their children to. I was not yesterday that. So Stanford University, rather, Silicon Valley is in Stanford University. Many years ago, that's just not around the time of the World War. I think they just ended the war then. That's World War II now. There was the dean of engineering in Stanford at that time was Frederick Taman. Stanford needed money. Other universities made money from the war because the US government gave universities money to do research,
On
to
weapons.
create solutions, weapons, what chemical combinations can we make to defeat Hitler, to conquer nations. You understand what I'm saying? So I mean, part of that was when we went to the Manhattan Project, which Albert Einstein was involved. That was when we went to the creation of the atomic bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Stanford didn't benefit much from that because they had not, the quality of talent, engineers, professors, who knew much about those things were not. They had professors, they had talents too, but they didn't benefit so much compared to some other universities. So they needed money, but they had mass land. So Frederick Taman, who was the dean of engineering of Stanford, advised the management and proprietors of the school that we can make money by leasing our lands to industry. That land is what we now call Silicon Valley. So, and he encouraged some of the students. His project supervisors then were William Hewlett and David Packard. Those are the two founders of HP. William Shockley started his own. That was when, chips were, so all those small things that led to the revolution of the computer revolution, started, that's how everything started, like that. Then the treacherous eight, the two of them went and founded Intel, and the Groove and the other guy. So that was how everything started to grow. Then, but the money was in the East Coast. The Bostons, Atlanta, Seattle, that was where the money is. That's where the rich guys were. Warren Buffett, the money was in the East Coast. But the ideas, the technologies were born in the West Coast, California, Silicon Valley. So this guy, the guy who invented the word venture capital, what's his name? Otto Rock. Otto Rock, was the way he got to know was when he met that's I think it was Andy Groove. They had an interesting idea, but no money to. So Otto Rock, was now started to go to the East Coast to get money because he didn't find investors. Nobody was willing to, to support. But somehow that was how everything started, like that. And then from small to big, that's now become Silicon Valley. There. So when you see people go to someone like what's his name? Peter Thiel. He teaches free in Stanford. In fact, that book 0 to 1, you've seen 0 to 1.
Mhm.
That book 0 to 1 was the notes that one of the students were taking. So if you see 0 to 1, there's another author,
Mm.
Peter Thiel, then another author's name.
Mhm.
That guy was the guy who was one of the students who was taking notes in class that Thiel didn't know. It was a combination of those notes
I didn't know the book.
I learned in that book.